ID. So anytime I go into, I do move, it checks for a battle to see if I'm in the same room as someone else. So what it does is it gets my player, the room ID, and it'll get the enemy team vector. So basically, it's a quick way to do this. If I'm on team A, it's going to set it equal to team B. If I'm on team B, it's going to set it equal to team A. And it's going to iterate through that then. Like if it finds a player who has the same room ID as I do, so player in room ID from these, it's going to get them from that room who's on this team. It's going to say, basically, this is right, there's someone in the same room, we're going to have a battle. It runs into it. If the battle doesn't already exist, I'm going to create one. I'm going to add the battle room back. I'm going to set the enemy team to begin. I'm going to run through everyone who's in that enemy team and add them to the battle. And I'll run to join battle now. Join battle basically just adds them to the team in the battle. And I'm going to then add myself to the battle after I add everyone in the team. And then, seeing as I've been added last, it's me who's going to go first. Sorry, it's because I go in here in join battle. Basically, it just runs through everyone. It runs through all the battles and finds the right battle name, and then calls join for that battle with that player. Basically, sets their state to battle, the battle they're in. So I've a pointer to it in the player. Increase the amount of battles played for each person, and then add the battle handler to them, so it limits their commands they can enter again. This is so I know which person is going to go first. It's whoever's added to the battle first it's going to be the opposite team that goes first. So basically, it just checks if their team is equal to A, add them onto team A, B, such and such. So, where am I at? Actually, behind to go into battles and update battles. Yeah, why not? In battle, I just went through join. We've got update. So, in battle, every time the server loops through, it's going to basically check for connection and all that stuff, but it's also going to call update. Update's going to run through all the rooms on the server, all the game rooms, and it's going to update each of those. In each of the game rooms, it's going to update all the battles. And in the battle, this is the update method. So basically, it checks if the active team is equal to A. It checks player deaths of team B, done by team A. So this is again working for the future. I haven't fully implemented this. I've got it partially working at the moment. I've got it working at the moment. It's just that I was going to have it so that it was going to increase the score of team A for the players who died as well. So basically, who'd killed who and such. Got it. I took the score right because there was some strange error happening with it before the deadline. So basically, and it works if the team B, team A, team B, such. It's just the opposite way around. So it comes in then. Actually, I'll go into this. Check player deaths first. Basically, what check player deaths is if it's, it runs through two loops. The first loop is it runs through the team that we passed in. While it's not equal to the end, it's going to check if the player's health is less than or equal to 0. If it is, it's like it sends to the battle room that they've died. Sends to the player they're going to respawn, updates their stats, as in it's going to call respawn basically, and reset their stats. It's going to reset their stats basically. Increase the amount of deaths they had, spawn the player in a new room, and remove the handler to the battle. These are the things where I was saying increase the amount of kills they have, but I took it out and removed them from the team they're on. Set finish equal to false and break. Otherwise, if it's not going to get into here, set finish equal to false and break. Then it's going to break out of this loop and go plus plus. And it's going to run through this loop while finished is equal to true. While finished is equal to not true. So it's basically to account for more than one person dying at a time, and the pointer's not messing up then, because I can't continuously run through this loop. If I change the pointers, I'm going to have to break from it, and then the pointers get reset and such, and I can check them then through again. So update, check for player deaths. Go back to update. Update. This check that team A dot size greater than 0 and team B dot size greater than 0. Basically, the battle hasn't ended yet. Otherwise, I'd call it end battle. I go in. I do the battles. Oh yeah. If battle active size is equal to 0, this basically means that everyone has entered the commands. Whenever a person enters an attack or a spell command, it's going to remove them from the active list. This means that only the active team can attack at any time. So when they enter their attack, it comes up. It adds their attack to an action list. Like it basically performs the action on the player and such, and adds what they did to a string. And so the string is like it's stored in the battle. So then at the end of the turn, it's going to output all those things. So as you can see here, it's like actions. It's called actions completed. It adds that onto action completed, so you can see the bottom of the thing. So it's like this is turn 1, turn 2, and such, and then sends it to the battle, to everyone in the battle. After that, it switches to teams. So if you're team A, it's going to be like switching to team B, making them the active team, and making the active team for B otherwise, or A otherwise. That's pretty much the battle. It continues again until it gets to the end of the game, end of the battle, which then it goes to end battle. And in end battle, we've got basically whichever team won, calling team 1, making the active list empty so it can get out of the battle. And team win is increasing score of whoever's left on the winning team, and their increasing score, increase the amount of times of 1, set them back to exploring, reset their stats, remove the handler they have to the battle, so it'll then bring them from that battle back to the game room, back to the game handler, so they can move about the map again. And then remove the battle from, if there's, seeing as the battle's been won, there's no one left to update in the battle, so I have to remove the battle from the list of battles in the game room. That's basically the way the majority of the game works. Let's run to the battle handler just to show you that there's not much different. It's just the commands. They can enter, cast, and attack. They're different things, and then just the different way the logs are done. If they're hung up, it's going to remove them from the battle as well. Battle.leave, like it was the game one you're on, which in leave. It's the same as the other one. It's just remove them from the vector if they're on the team A, team B. Remove them from the vector if they're on the active team. And if again check if the team size is equal to 0. If it is, end the battle. I have a breakpoint in there for some reason. Okay, that's pretty much covering the majority of the code in here. There's a lot of other things, such as like some small things that were used. I didn't really use a lot of the attributes that were in the original thing. I kind of kept the player ranks, and that's pretty much it in it. I have some of the other ones that I put in myself and things like that, but I didn't really use much of them. As I was saying, the loggers have also got a system log. Player, just some small things just to pick up on, some functions. In a player, they've got the password, the rank, the username, obviously the money, the total score, match played, 1, kills, deaths, all the things that are pretty much serialized. And there's the original vector, which is a pointer to XKits, a vector of pointers to XKits. And a connection, game room, they've got a battle as well. Probably overlooked it somewhere. Oh, sorry, that's in-game player. Is it? Yeah, no, sorry, this person has a battle. This player. Overriding their operator. Their in and out stream operators, basically. I think that's the majority of it. Then whenever the server shut down or quit or they go log out, it's going to save the player and things like that, and it's going to call the saves. But if they're logging out, it's going to try to do a save, which is pretty much just player database to save and shop.save, because they're the only really ones that need to save. The XKit database is loaded programmatically, and the commands, I don't need to save anything because it's always the same ones. So I hope the brief run through is helpful enough. I know I did it kind of quickly. It's just like it's running on very long. I think I'm on over like at least 40 minutes at the moment. So if you have any more questions, just you can email me or leave a message below. Thanks.